Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and today's topic is of Unit 4 Childhood and Growing Up, and the topic is Deprivation and Deprivation and the Measures to Adjustment. The topic is Impact of Globalization, Urbanization and Economic Changes. So, the first subtopic is Globalization. When we talk of globalization in Hindi, we say Vaishvikaran. It means how our economy or our country is integrating or interacting with the people of world, the companies all around the globe and the government all around the globe. मतलब हमारी एक कंट्री जो है वो दूसरी कंट्रीज के साथ या दूसरे जो देश रहते हैं या दूसरे देश की गवर्नमेंट है उसके साथ कैसे इंटरैक्ट कर पा रही है, कैसे उन लोगों के साथ तालमेल बिठा पा रही है, ये होता कैसे है या हाउ डज ग्लोबलाइजेशन स्प्रेड. Globalization is basically spread across the national borders and cultures. Means it is not limited to the country of one nation or one territory only. It is spread across our one's national borders and the cultures. Global tourism. It is only because of globalization that the medical tourism or the business tourism, it has been facilitated. Even the education that we seek in foreign countries has been enabled only because of globalization. Global trade. How are we able to import and export, or how are we able to trade with the rest of the world? It is only possible because of globalization. Global culture. Have we adopted ourselves to the global culture? It is only globalization. Nowadays, if we talk of festivals like Hakuna Matata, this is not an Indian, but how easily we have captured the foreign culture. This is only because of globalization. Global village. Our country or a very small village, global village now, we are able to upgrade ourselves, modernize ourselves. We have upgraded our technology. We have upgraded our knowledge system. Next is improved transport, communication and less restrictions. If we talk of improved transportation, nowadays the sea routes and the airway routes have been improved. The communication facilities, there has been increased usage of Skype or video conferencing. We are able to do real-time chat with our friends or family or the people around the globe. There is less restriction from the government. There is a hassle-free flow of information, ideas, technology, goods, services, finance, and also people. Multinational corporations. When we talk of multinational corporations, companies who have their business setups in more than one nation. This has been become possible only because of globalization. Next is, what is the impact of globalization on growing up children? We talk of globalization on growing up children. We talk of competition. The child is not only supposed to cooperate or compete with only his school friends, he also has to compete with the changing challenges and ever too much competition throughout the globe. Consumer, there has become so much product, there are so much products in the market that the customer is confused to choose. There are foreign brands also. When we talk of foreign brands, we don't know whether it is real or artificial. Dislocation. The goods are located here and there. The families are not located properly. Inequality. The child has to face too much of inequality in the culture, in the all around the globe. Relative poverty. Relative poverty has also increased. The number of crimes, the usage of drugs has increased because of globalization. Regional wars and conflicts. There has come so many wars, so much conflict in the family, in the people, and in the globe. Family breakdown. When we talk of older days, there are joint families, but Because we have adopted ourselves to westernization and modernization, there has become a common phenomenon of family. There are single parent families as well in India, which was not in ancient times. This is only an outcome of globalization. Next is diseases and malnutrition. The number of diseases and the number of cases of malnutrition have immensely increased in growing up children. Next is psychological impact of globalization. What is the psychological? What impact of globalization on the minds or how about themselves in relation to their social environment? First is dual cultural identity. That is a hybrid identity. One part of ourselves or one part of a human is located in the local culture, while the other part is related to the global culture or the West culture. So the child or the people as well, they find it difficult to get attached to one nation. Even the media like TV or internet, they allow for instant communication. They have played a very important role in developing a global identity or a dual cultural identity. Next is identity confusion. When we talk of identity confusion, we talk how the individual Indian cultures experience themselves as a response to the globalization. There come so many cases of suicide and drug addiction. Next is self-selected culture. Means people, they choose to form groups, like-minded people who wish to have an identity that is unattained by the global culture and its values. People, they find it very difficult. The children, when we talk of them, they grow up wanting to be the latest pop music star. They want to the vacations at Disney World, maybe SL World. They want to wear blue jeans. They want to wear Nike shoes. And they even tell the parents that so and so star had worn that, so even want the same one. The next is spread of emerging childhood at home. The fourth consequence or the last psychological impact of globalization is the spread of emerging adulthood. The timings of transitions, our roles have changed. Work, marriage, parenthood are in most part of the world. But in India, this was earlier seen at an early age, but due to adoption of westernization, even India has started getting like late marriages, late parenthood. The next topic is urbanization. Urbanization in Hindi means shahrikaran. How a large population, the large proportion of people living in the urban areas have started shifting themselves to and urban areas and bigger cities. People from rural areas, that is countryside, urban areas, that is towns and cities. The people migrate to towns and cities. Why? Because they are in a hope of getting a better and increase the higher standard of living. Now, how does urbanization occur? Urbanization occurs generally due to factors and push factors. Pull factors are those factors which pull them, that is attract to urban areas or urban. Push factor is how the dissatisfaction pushes the rural population to the urban areas. Next is what is the impact of urbanization on adolescents? Mental health, the first and the most important impact of urbanization is on mental health. People, they shift rural areas to urban areas. First, what they face is that is deprivation of their mental health. They are sad. They are anxious to know this thing. They are alone, that is, they face depression. They are angry and they start taking drugs. Second is corruption. Corruption is very important act of urbanization. It is how we use the public resources for the private purposes. And on those officials who use public resources for his private or personal gain. Next, gambling. Gambling in Hindi is sattebaji. How we in order to get more and more, in order to get more profitable, we start using our personal resources. It also causes depression, anxiety, personality disorders, and social consequences. The other one is impacts women. Most important people who are affected by urbanization are women. In rural setup, women usually work at home, but when they shift to towns and cities, in order to earn more and in order to satisfy their at least daily needs, they have to bear the burden of being wives, mothers, educators, and careers at the same time. They start working as servants, sales girls, even in construction activities. So, in such cases, the women also have to face discrimination, malnutrition, domestic violence, social disorders, and sexual violence. Next is behavioral problems. Behavioral problems are very common in urban areas. In sexual behaviors, urban adolescents are found earlier in puberty and high prevalence of teen pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, and HIV/AIDS. The other one is changed social relationships. It means urbanization has changed our social relationships entirely due to emergence of new technology. We don't have time for anything. We don't have time for our families, and even the parents have very difficult time to keep an eye on the activities they are doing. Next is economic changes. Economic changes means Arthik badlav. What is economic changes? The shift in our economic system, a transformation that either increases or maintains or even depletes its vitality. Economic change is basically a process in which agriculture, industry, trade, transport, irrigation, power resources are improving. It may also be that the changes may be negative and such resources may be depleting or decreasing. It is basically related to the country as a whole. It is how the people economically survive in an economy. Economy either improves or deteriorates or sustains or changes itself. It may be our resources are increasing. Economic changes are basically or generally caused by globalization, urbanization, and political shift. Globalization and urbanization we have already discussed. Political shifts happen when the new government comes in a country. Next topic is impact of economic changes. How does economic changes impact the adolescents? Employment. When the economic changes occur, maybe we'll have more employment level or maybe we will have no employment level. If we talk of today's time, so many people have been unemployed due to COVID-19 situation. Living standards of people. The living standard of people may be increased or may be decreased. Next is behavioral adjustment. We find very difficult to adjust with the family. There may be a risk of psychological maladjustments, which may be indirect result of economic hardship. Psychological problem. When we talk of psychological problem, we have to face additional life stressors at a time of multiple changes in their development. This is the topic of childhood and growing up of B.ED first year, globalization, urbanization, and economic changes. This is also an important topic of graduation, that is BCom Honors, and class 11th and 12th. The topic is very, very important and it comes in exam. If you liked my video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much.